Well, thanks everybody for being here. Really excited to be talking with you all about authoring experience, which is something that I spend a lot of time working on with my team and with our clients here at my agency. I'm going to turn off my camera and turn on screen sharing. And once again, hopefully you can see the content on my screen now. Yeah, really excited to be here talking about authoring experience, and specifically talking about a module called Layout Paragraphs, which is a tool for creating effortless drag and drop publishing capability in Drupal. Real quick, my name is Justin. I work with Design Group. I'm actually going to get captions going here. So my name is Justin. I work with Design Group. We're a strategy, design, and development company based in Denver, Colorado. We work with organizations all over the world to help plan, design, build, and maintain and grow digital products, websites, and web applications. And we specifically do a lot of work in this area of authoring experience and making it easier and more streamlined for users to create content for their websites. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Specifically, what we're going to cover in just the short time that we have together is first, layout paragraphs, and specifically why layout paragraphs, why we use this as a tool, why we are investing in this as a tool. Second, I'll just cover briefly project status and adoption for layout paragraphs. Sorry, just get that message out of the way. Third, we'll do a quick demo on the Design Group website. Now, the website is fairly well customized in terms of look and feel. It looks very different than what you might see out of the box with a stock Drupal install. So I will also do a quick demo of just a simple Drupal 8 or perhaps 9 website, installed right out of the box with the Bardic theme and very few modules installed, just to give you all a sense for how this works out of the box. We might have a minute or two for questions. I would encourage everyone, if you have questions, please reach out to me directly. My email is at the beginning, but it's justin@atten.io. I'll publish that again at the end. Feel free to reach out to me directly, or of course, jump into the issue queue for the module itself on Drupal.org, which we'll talk a little bit more about. So let's get started. First, why layout paragraphs? So layout paragraphs provides expressive drag and drop content authoring for Drupal 8 and 9. We love working with Layout Builder, the tool in Core. We wanted something that was easier for content editors to use, so less of a site building tool and completely optimized for creating content and providing a really fast, easy to use drag and drop environment for creating content. Second, we did not want to sacrifice structured content. So we still wanted to be able to be very specific about how content is structured, and not walk away from what we think is a very important capability of Drupal as a product overall. Third, it was important to us that we leverage familiar workflow and configuration with fields, field widgets, and field formatters. Again, this is a little different than how Core's Layout Builder works with layout paragraphs. The whole system revolves around the field system in Drupal. The plugin itself is simply a field formatter and a field widget that you can attach to any paragraph reference field in your site. Fourth, it was important to us that there was no real migration necessary. We wanted this to work with tools that are that users are often already working with. And then finally, especially in version 2 of this module, we wanted to provide APIs for continuing to improve the authoring experience. And we specifically are working on a tool or a suite of tools that leverages layout paragraphs and also create some other customizations for creating content. And it was important that layout paragraphs provides APIs for supporting those kinds of improvements. We're going to touch on status really quickly. So you can see the module at drupal.org/project/layout paragraphs. There are a couple of releases. If you just want to download the module and go, grab the 1.0.0 release that just works. It's safe to use in production sites. It's being used quite heavily by a number of sites already. Second, definitely worth checking out the rewrite at 2.0.x. And we actually have a 2x beta up that we'd love help testing. Just testing things out and providing issues in the issue queue is one great way to get involved. Even better for folks who are comfortable writing automated tests, there is a test framework involved, or a test framework included in that code base. It'd be great to see tests contributed back. As I said, quite a bit of usage of this module. You can see the growth curve has been quite steep over the past several months. We're starting to see a little bit of adoption for the 2x version and adoption in the 1x production ready version. Still really strong. Okay, that's layout paragraphs. That's some background on layout paragraphs in a quick nutshell. Let's dive in with a demo and take a look at how this actually works online. So I'm going to switch over to our agency website, atten.io. We're just on the home page here, logged in as an administrator, as an admin user. Bounce over to the content tab, add new content. Case studies are a great example of the type of content we're talking about. Case studies on our side are a great example of the type of content we're talking about, with the need to really flexibly tell a story and create, again, these very customized landing pages or landing page experiences. Let me give this a title. I think I can skip all of the rest of these fields for now. This is just a kind of a standard Drupal content entry form. We go all the way to the bottom. It's worth pointing out that this is using moderation, and layout paragraphs works seamlessly with content moderation. So this is currently just an idea, not going to be published. I'll hit save. And that's it. So we've created a piece of content. Layout paragraphs provides, the layout paragraphs front end builder provides this default message that can be customized, and we can start creating content. And again, I only have this option because I'm logged in as an admin user. So once I click this get started, I can now add a new section. Here's some options for sections. I'm going to start with a 1-column section. We can see our region in the middle. Going to click the plus to choose a component to add to that region. I'll start with a masthead, which is sort of the most customized component type or paragraph type that we'll be looking at today. Filter the media library down to just images related to Raleigh. I'll place these two. I'm going to skip the rest of these fields just to give you a sense for how this works. So immediately when I hit save, the component is dropped on the page. Very close representation to what we would actually see on the front end. Now this is looking pretty good. There are a few customization options we can make. It's worth noting these customization options are provided by a second module for adding styles to layouts. And that's something we won't really get into today, but I'll just show that at least when we make these changes, they are applied immediately, and it's something we see right here in front of us. So again, giving it that dark background, light on dark color scheme. Let's keep going. And I'll just add a couple sections before we switch over and do a quick demo of a more vanilla stock kind of website. So let's add a 3-column layout. We'll grab some text because I am not so good at typing, especially quickly. Add a title. We'll add some text into this center column. And then finally add some more text into the 3rd column. And one thing that's really important about layout paragraphs, a very important capability of layout paragraphs, is the ability to easily drag content around in the interface. These blocks can be dragged anywhere on the page, not only within this section, but also, if we wanted to, we could drag this content up into the section up above. In this case, that doesn't really work so well. So we'll leave this down here. I'll actually bring these 2 blocks into this left hand. And then if I wanted to change the layout, which is also a feature specific to layout paragraphs versus layout builder, I can hit the edit tab, go back to a 2-column layout. It actually asks me what I want to do with content that would be dropped because it's in a region that no longer exists. I'll move that into the secondary column. And so it's moved what was on the 3rd column into the secondary. This actually will look better like that. Okay, great. And there we go. I'm going to add one more section before kicking over to the simpler website. So in this case, choose green and add some text into the top here. And then quickly add a slideshow down into the footer region. And there's a slideshow. Again, the content is dropped right in place in the editor and looks very similar, very close representation to what you would see on the front end. At any point, if I want to save, I can simply hit the save button and then close out of the editor. It loads the saved content with Ajax, showing me exactly what this would look like on the front end. And again, this is not published. This is in the idea draft stage, and we have moderation set up so that different things happen as we bounce through different states. So that's just a very quick, high-level look at how Layout Paragraphs works in the context, again, of a fairly heavily customized website. Just really quickly, I want to give everyone a sense for what this would look like in the context of a much less customized site, something much simpler. So I'm going to bounce over to this Layout Paragraphs demo site. We have a single content type. Actually, for the sake of time, I won't even go over there. We have a single content type. If I add content, just article and basic page. Basic page is the content type that's configured for Layout Paragraphs. When I click to add a new basic page, give this a title, immediately have this option to add a section. Again, very similar options to what we were looking at before. I'll add a 2-column. We can add some text into the left. Image into the right. All of these styles that you're seeing, this comes by default with the module. So there's literally no customization happening here. The only thing that we've done is added paragraph types with this actual content. Drop an image in. Do our image. Again, everything can be dragged around. We can go in and change the layout type, etc. I will show with just the couple minutes that we have left, just very quickly how this is structured, how this is configured. Once you install Layout Paragraphs, you can essentially turn the module functionality on by going to your list of paragraph types, choosing one paragraph type to be your section type. It doesn't have to be named section. In this case, it is. I'm going to click Edit. Layout Paragraphs is a paragraph behavior. It will appear on your paragraph edit screen, your paragraph type edit screen, just like this. Select that to turn it on, and then simply choose the layouts that you want to support from your site. And there are a collection of layouts available in core, so you should have options here right out of the box. Then hit save. On the content types that you want to turn this on for, we go over to basic page, look at manage fields. You can see we've simply added a paragraph reference field called field content. And on that field, we have enabled all of the different paragraphs we want to be available, including, importantly, the section paragraph type, which is the layout sort of container for our paragraphs. One thing worth noting, one challenge with paragraphs, with creating kind of more complex structures in the past, or more complex layouts in the past, is sort of the de facto way of doing that was layering nested paragraph reference field, which caused, one, a lot of clutter in the interface, but two, even more importantly, caused some real performance problems with nesting different entities. And there's none of that happening here. All of this is simply stored as a flat list of paragraphs on a single entity, and then rendered out into a layout using Layout Paragraphs. There are some configuration options for changing some of the labels and the look and feel and the modal settings. just under configuration, under layout paragraphs. I'm going to skip that for now, just for the sake of time. Just get back to this presentation really quick. That is about all of the time that we have today. Again, thanks everybody for joining. I'll leave this slide up for just a second. Definitely check out our website, atten.io/AX, is some content about authoring experience. There's more information about layout paragraphs and just authoring experience overall on that landing page. Check out the module at drupal.org. And please feel free to email me directly with any questions you might have. Really excited about this module. Happy to provide guidance for folks who are just getting started. So that, again, is about all the time we have today. Thanks, everyone, for joining.